Hey guys, Joe here from JCS-Charting. It's Saturday, the 19th of October. This is going to be a video about Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'm reading lots of bullish comments. I am also reading that Bitcoin has been broken out already. I still have my doubts. I don't see a breakout here yet. And I explain you why in this video. First of all, every candle here represents 2 days, and here's that all-time high we experienced in March at 73,586 at my indication, and I plotted here that trend line, which is more or less like a channel. I connected that high with that high, and then you can see these highs here kept failing at that resistance channel. And the same actually happened on Friday and on Thursday, or pretty much since the middle of last week, and Bitcoin hasn't really broken out of that trend line yet. Yeah, a few clients of mine kept asking me, Joe, could you have a look at the timing for Bitcoin? So finally, last night I had a look at it, and I was quite impressed by the precision of Bitcoin. Down here you see these cycle brackets. In blue it's a quarterly cycle which is subdivided into 32-day subcycles. And I marked these lows here, and here you can see how accurate Bitcoin runs, just considering timing, almost on the day exactly for the whole year of 2024. Now the question is, the next cycle low is due in the end of November, and the question is, how far are we going to sink into here? Are we going to test that low or go even deeper, or we just hit that target line here of that bearish Wolver wave wedge, which is usually a quite bearish pattern. The target line runs here around 55,000, but there's also that red sequence we have here at 53,000, which could lead us all the way down to 45, 47,000, what I would actually prefer. If we measure here that move in August, which took only like 8 days or 10 days, it was like an almost 30% decline within a week. And if we just duplicate it or drag it over here, that will actually get us into that area here, and which is also our min target zone once the 53,000 get triggered to the downside. We just spiked through here on August 5th. It didn't trigger that sequence. That's the only problem I have with that. But I still optimistic that we could get much better entry levels for Bitcoin this year. And considering Elliott waves, I don't really consider this year as a start of a new impulse on August 5th. I mean, the start was quite well, but after that it looked very corrective with all these overlappings, and that bearish Wolver wave wedge was a result of it. Instead of having a new impulse here, I just see ABCs everywhere. I consider that whole decline here as leg A. It consists out of a 335 correction, which is an ABC, then an ABC up. This is like a running flat in between, and then we had that impulse to the downside that could have finished here, but since we have all these overlappings here, I see another ABC now as leg B. This is my leg A, B, and C. And what's missing is the impulse, which is basically this one here, and that would get us somewhere, hopefully into the 45,000 area. In case we break out here, just for that case, what it has to look like, it has to come up here somewhere into that 70x area, and then it needs to reconfirm that trend line in order to break out. That is what a proper breakout supposed to look like. And what we have here and here and here, I mean, we have seen the results. That's my opinion about Bitcoin, and we're gonna check Ethereum now. Basically the same chart as Bitcoin, and we can represent 2 days again. It's a bit different here on the timing. These cycle brackets are a bit longer. They are 100 days, so a bit longer than 3 months, and also in a very clean pattern so far. So the next one is also due by the end of November. But Ethereum is a bit different because it triggered that sequence here, shown in red at 2436, which means we got mint targets between 1810 all the way up to 1990, which hasn't been hit yet. And after we triggered here, that was actually right here, Ethereum didn't really go anywhere. We have that symmetrical triangle here shown in red. And usually these patterns are used to consolidate within the trend, and the stronger trend was down so far. So that's why I assume another leg down before we actually run higher. We could, in the most extreme, we could go all the way down to 1423, but I rather see here price levels around the 2000 area for Ethereum. There might be a little spike up because that blue sequence we have here, that gives us room to 27 or 28 to 2855. And the symmetrical triangle, they like to fake out into the opposite direction before the real move actually starts. So we could see a little rally here first before we come down. But yeah, the whole last week we triggered that triangle right here, and we were just oscillating at that upper trend line. So it's basically the same point of view here on Ethereum, that we run into a low for November. And by the way, if you want more details of what you see here, this is usually for members only. You can join us at JCS-Charting.com. You can buy 2 packages there. Bitcoin is part only of the advanced package for $74.99. You can also book a basic package where I just cover the DAX and the US markets for $42.99. And this is the last chart for today. It's Bitcoin again on the daily basis. And I know most of you are not into it. My system also considers astrology, and this is my moon chart. And I just must show it to you because it's so accurate for the whole year of 2024. It just represents here in yellow the full moons and in black the new moons, and we just had one failure here in August. But have a look at these circles and the turning points at Bitcoin. It's incredible that every time we had a moon, Bitcoin, you have to give it a tolerance of plus minus 2 days, that Bitcoin had a major turnaround there. The last full moon was on Thursday, and the high was so far on Friday, so yesterday. I wonder if that was a peak for that latest rally, and that we decline as predicted in my first chart. Yeah, I hope you liked this video. If you want more details, join us at our Discord blog, and yeah, leave me a like, a nice comment, and I wish you a nice weekend. Bye bye.